Hi everyone. I'm back. I've been gone for a long time, if anybody noticed. No, I know some people noticed because some people reached out to me on Instagram, which made me cry, and they let me know that my videos have helped them decide if they really do want to go to esthetician school. Like, what even is life? That was sweet. But I am not gonna sit here for 5 minutes and bore you about why I have been gone. That's kind of actually what this whole video is about. So it'll explain itself as I dive into today's topic. I missed YouTube. I literally missed YouTube so much. And so for today's video, I wanted to do a sit down and I wanted to kind of talk about like what my life has been after esthetician school. I believe my last video that I uploaded, it was, what was I doing? I think I was doing my makeup or something. And then I was talking about like state board. A lot has happened. One sec. A lot has happened since then. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. I got licensed shortly after. I got licensed February 28th, right? That's when I took it. That's when I passed. I got licensed. Great. February 28th. The clock started ticking for me from that point onward. I knew I wanted to have my own business. So I was like, okay, there's hella things for me to do in order to legally have my own business. Now, if you guys want me to make a bunch of videos on the business side of things, you know what, don't even let me know. Those are coming. Whether you like it or not, stay tuned. I was like, okay, clock is ticking. I want to make money. I want to get this thing going. This has been an idea for the longest time in my head, and it's time for me to execute. Like, no more planning. Like, let's do it. Let's get this going. Let's roll this ball. Like the ball, let's get it rolling. You know what I mean? My mom brain. I have no idea what the hell I was saying. Okay, so I am one of those people that is like such a perfectionist that I tend to be a procrastinator. Like, if you experience this, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you're such a perfectionist and everything has to be so perfect, like, that you will delay doing something. Like, it's like unnecessary. Like, you could totally start and just keep improving as you go because nothing's ever going to be perfect. But you kind of just like want to wait till it's perfect, which is not possible, and then so you end up not doing something. You get where I'm going with this. So I've always been that type of person, and I was like, all right, with this business, I'm not going to be doing that. I want to start as soon as possible because I'm excited. I'm licensed. All the information is fresh in my head, so I want to put it to practice. By the way, esthetician school taught us nothing. Let's just say that much. Now that I've been in the industry for, what is it now, 5 months, I've had my business open. So much of it I had to learn on my own. So much was it like, it was just ridiculous how much we didn't learn. So quick advice, go to the cheapest school near you because it literally doesn't matter. They're all the same. You just need to get licensed. Let's just leave it at that. But anyway, I was like, okay, I just want to start as soon as possible. So I opened my business. I'm transforming my master bedroom. I will insert some clips here. I am currently in the new beauty room and I'm kind of organizing, putting things away. I have a lot more products to order, but I need to wait till I'm licensed to order all of those products. So this is going to be my back bar situation. I have like my Esthetician powders and stuff in here. And then I'm going to put my towels in here. And then this is my waxing cart that I'm going to roll out whenever I'm waxing. This is going to be my facial cart or anything I need it to be in that moment. I'm going to put my towel warmer here so that it's close to me. And then I'm basically going to have my bed just be in between these windows. So right there. And then that's where I'm going to set up my makeup station. We transformed the master bedroom into a cute little studio. Well, not little, it was pretty ginormous. Now that I have a way smaller studio, I'm like, wow, it was so big. Yeah, so I did that for about a month and a half. I think a little bit more than a month and a half. But then I quickly realized that I was hitting a like end of the road type of situation with my business in terms of clients. Now, clients, anybody that's out trying to do anything on their own, and is in charge of getting their own clients will know that getting clients is going to be the hardest part of your business. Forget accounting, forget literally every other thing that has to do with owning a business. Having clients and gathering clients and keeping clients and just growing your clientele is undoubtedly going to be the hardest part of your entire journey as a solo esthetician. The way I went about it is how usually everybody goes about it. Undersell yourself, discounts galore, charge everyone $1.99 for a facial, right? Like, you know how it goes. We just completely undercharge and work ourselves to death and get little to nothing in return. I wouldn't recommend that, but sometimes that's everybody's last resort, and that's kind of what it came down to me. I was doing $50 lash sets, and I started getting some good clientele for that. Like, I ended up getting, I can't remember what I announced on my Instagram, but I think it was something along the lines of $50 lash sets for the first 5 girls who DM me back. And I ended up filling up those 5 girl slot, as well as getting like a couple more than that. And I was like, okay, well, it's the beginning of my career, like whatever, $50 lash sets, everybody gets $50 lash sets. So obviously that is extremely cheap. Is it worth your back hurting and your time and stuff? Depends, right? Because a lot of those girls ended up sticking by me, and now they're paying full price for everything, and obviously I've increased my prices. So yes, it was worth it in the long run, but at the moment I was feeling really discouraged. So I was like, okay, I need to go somewhere where there's foot traffic, somewhere where I'm going to meet strangers, and somewhere where I'm going to feel comfortable bringing strangers into my salon, because obviously I was working out of my apartment, like I said, and I was not comfortable bringing strangers into my home. Like, just was like, I don't think that's the smartest thing in the world to do. So I was like, okay, well, I need a location where I can take random strangers, because I've pretty much hit the end of my personal like clientele that I could have hit, like from friends and family and stuff like that. And the thing about friends and family also is that, like, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to charge them what you are probably worth, because, and 9 times out of 10 they don't want to pay what you're worth. It's really sad, but it's true. Not everybody, of course. A lot of people are very nice and, you know, tip you and go above and beyond for you. I have so many friends that have done that. Coincidentally, they're not my closest friends. They're friends that I hadn't seen at that time for like years. It was like my high school people, you know, that like you go your separate ways, and then somehow I got reunited with a bunch of them during my business. So it was like so wonderful getting to see them again, and they're just such nice people. And I was like, wow, like, funny how life works out that way. But the people that you're probably thinking are going to support you are not going to support you, and the people that you're not expecting at all from your friends and family are going to come through for you in the most unexpected ways. That's one thing that I have learned in this industry, is that the people that I was counting on, nowhere to be found. Literally nowhere to be found. So if you're somebody that is wanting to start your own business, just keep in mind to not have any expectations from people that you know. Yes, obviously, as new, you know, estheticians that are new in the industry, we're going to rely on friends and family in the beginning to at least get photos of our work, so then we can advertise on social media. But you might have to discount greatly, or you may have to just do services for free. So a lot of people will give you advice here on YouTube to not do that, because then that's how you attract cheap people. On the other hand, it's kind of like there's really no other, like, I feel like there's really no other way to go about it, because, you know, how else could you convince somebody that you know what you're doing when it comes to lashes if they're your literal first client? How could you possibly charge them $100, because your work is just not that good in the beginning, let's be real. So I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like a rite of passage. Like, everybody goes down that kind of route of like greatly discounted things and prices and retail and services and stuff like that. But yeah, don't undersell yourself too much. Make it still worth your time. Like I said, $50 lash sets. It was at the time it would take me about 3 hours to do a full set. So $50 in 3 hours, it's not the worst, but it was definitely not. I was breaking my back for pretty much little to nothing, and most of it was going back into the business. What am I saying? All of it. For a long time, anything I made went right back into the business. So you just have to do so much of keeping yourself motivated when you feel like you are just like not getting anywhere. In the beginning, my first couple of weeks, I literally only had like 2, maybe 3 clients a week. And that's just kind of like, it was the not sad reality, but it was like the harsh reality of like, I just started my business. Of course, I'm not going to be fully booked in my first 3 weeks, right? Like, I'm still not fully booked. It's just, it's one of those things that it's like every week or every month gets better and better. Actually, summer months take a step back, which is just how it goes in the service industry, like specifically the esthetician world and skincare and beauty world, let's just say in general, because I now work in a hair salon, and even they let me know that during the summers it's just pretty much dead. So I'm not gonna say it gets better and better every single month, but there's definitely like, you still see progress, like in maybe your engagement on social media or just people retaining clients or whatever. It gets better and better, of course, and if you keep by it, it will get better and better. But yeah, in the beginning you do have to do a lot of your own, just keeping yourself motivated, even though you don't feel motivated. Just keep going. But other than that, honestly, for me, an unexpected hardship that I've been having is being on social media. Like, I know for a lot of people, that may be their favorite part. Like, they love making videos, they love making reels, they love making TikToks. Like, for them, that's like, oh, like, this is actually the fun part of my job. For me, the fun part of my job is giving facials. Like, doing the service for me is so fun. And I don't know if anybody feels this way, and I feel like this is something that doesn't get talked about as often. But for me, social media, just being on social media is such a drag. I'm the type of person where my mental health, and I know that's like 95% of the population at this point, but for me personally, being on social media, even for 5 minutes, makes my mental health just deteriorate. Like, it literally just, I don't know what it is about it. And it's not even like I look at girls and I compare my body to, it's not, nothing like that. It's literally like, I don't know what it is about it. It just makes me so, I feel like I'm in a slump. Like, I feel like I'm depressed. I feel like I want to sit on the couch and do absolutely nothing. And then after I scroll for hours, I feel like crap. Like, it doesn't feel good. It's not a good feeling. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, but basically that doesn't really change when you become a business owner. Like, if anything, it becomes worse, because now you're following all these people that are also business owners, and now you're just comparing yourself to everyone, and now you're thinking, oh my gosh, I need to make more reels. And you know, for me as a mom, as a wife, as a business owner, like, I do a million things a day. For me, it's such a drag to take out my phone every 5 seconds and be like, okay, this is a content worthy moment. I need to, you know, capture this moment. I need to capture this before and after. I need to do this. I need to make a time lapse. I need to do this. Oh, I need to remember like, for me, that part is so overwhelming. But I have started to train myself to think differently about it, because honestly, the sad reality is we live in a world where there is pretty much no other way to run your business. It's all online. Like, whether you like it or not, it's just, that's how the way the world is going. And I've tried to fight it. My first like 4 months of business, I tried to fight it, but I couldn't. I really couldn't. Like, I couldn't. There's no way to do that. Like, I'm sure you guys are realizing that yourselves as well, that there's no way to have a successful business or a fully booked business or whatever you define success without some sort of social media like presence, right? The most successful people I follow on Instagram are successful because they're on TikTok, but then they're also successful because they kind of do their own thing. Like, they don't follow any sort of major trend or anything like that. They're kind of just being themselves, and they're getting all these views and traction, and it's converting into clients for them. And so I was like, okay, like, I need to think about this differently. I need to train my brain to, first of all, not spend endless hours scrolling for no reason, right? Like, I need to train my brain, and I need to like really discipline myself to think of social media as a tool versus something that is like controlling me. I need to learn how to control it and not let it control me. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And that's hard. So if you're like me and you just absolutely despise social media, but you absolutely need to do it for your business, think about it differently and have lots of discipline. Those are the two advice I can give you, because again, like, anybody that asks me like, how can I gain clientele, or how do you already have a little bit of clientele going for you, or whatever, social media and word of mouth, and like I said, foot traffic. And I'll tell you guys a little bit about what I ended up doing, like how I left my apartment, master bedroom, and moved to a salon suite in a moment. But this is like something I really just feel like, I don't know, somebody somewhere needs to hear this, that like it's okay to feel like so overwhelmed with the social media aspect of things, because I don't know why people make it seem like that part isn't the most overwhelming thing in the whole world, because it really is. Like, there's so much that you have to keep track of and do and continue doing to continue to engage with your followers, that you almost become this robot and you don't even really realize it. So what I've started doing, and this, I just want to make the content I want to make, and I am not interested in knowing what other people are making. And I am making it a point, and if the algorithm hates me for this, then it hates me for this, and that's fine. This is as much of a compromise as I'm making with social media. I am not going to engage with other people. For me, I just like, there's so much negativity already. The last thing I need in my entire life is for my creative, where I'm supposed to be creative, like the space that I'm supposed to be creative in turns negative, because negativity is the one thing that kills creativity. Like, there is no way you can continue to be creative, continue creating and making content and doing all these things for your business, like the more like artsy aspect of your business, with a bunch of hate coming in, or a bunch of like people talking their crap, or whatever the situation is. And TikTok is a very hostile environment in my opinion, but there's some good communities, but for the most part, people are just, I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. I really don't have to, good thing I don't have to explain TikTok to anybody, because you guys know exactly what I'm talking about when I say all of this. And so I just want you to know it's normal, but I want to implore you and encourage you to still do it. Make it your own, do it your own way. Don't make any compromises, right? Like, if you want to make your experience with social media a certain way, don't make any compromises. Don't look at what that next person is doing. If that's not the type of content you want to make, don't make that kind of content. Like, I've been doing a lot of research. I've been reading a lot of books. I've been doing a lot of work on myself to go into this with a positive and healthy mindset, because that's literally the only way I can be on social media for a long time and not have it affect my home life, my child, my husband, whatever. Because, your mental health is going to, I mean, if your mental health starts deteriorating, it'll literally impact every part of your life. Every aspect of your life will be impacted by that. So anyway, long rant, but that was just something that's been on my mind for so long. I always tell my husband, like, once I start making some real money to where I can hire somebody, I'm probably gonna hire somebody to run my social media accounts for me, and just like leave it up to them, and have like a video editor as well, and somebody that just kind of like handles all of that stuff, because I love making it. I don't like being on it, if that makes any sense. So moving on, I did the whole working out of my bedroom for about a month and a half, and like I said, I had some clientele, but it was really, compared to especially now, or compared to like where I'm trying to be, it was really nothing. But I still realized, like, I came to this realization that there's no way I can grow my clientele and like take in random strangers in my apartment. So I needed to get out. And after thinking what I can do, I looked online a lot. I looked on Craigslist a lot about, just different rooms I could rent. I called up Sola, I called up Salon Republic. It was too expensive for me at the time. So I was like, okay, those are not gonna work, but I need a room. And then I remembered that I have a family friend that owns her own hair salon, and I remember that she has like 2 esthetician rooms in her salon, which happened to both be empty at the time. And I was like duh, right? Hold on. By the way, this is the Paradise drink from Starbucks. So good. If you like pineapples, this is so good. Bomb. Anyway, some alcohol in that. You know what I mean? Pina colada. Anyway, well, I remember that, and I was like, okay, bet. But then, like, I kind of put it in the back of my mind, kind of kept doing my thing. A couple days later, I see that this family friend posts on their Instagram, like, oh, by the way, I have rooms for rent. Like, if you're interested, text me. And I was like, and it reminded me again, and I was like, you know what? I think this is like meant to be, because up until that point, she had never even advertised the fact that she has rooms available. And I was like, is this a sign? And for me, I was like just praying about it, asking God, like, God, please, like, you know my financial situation, you know where I am at in my business in terms of clientele, like, you know my capabilities and what I can do and what I can't do and stuff. Like, please, like, let me, like, tell me what I can do. And lo and behold, she posted on her Instagram that she's looking to fill those rooms. And I was like, okay. And so I messaged her and I was like, can I come take a look at the room? Went, saw the room, fell in love. It was perfect for me at the time, and the pricing was good too. And if you guys want like a financial breakdown of everything I pay for on a monthly basis, on a daily basis, whatever you guys want, financial, I mean, what am I saying? I keep saying if you guys want the video. I'm gonna make the video. I'm gonna make all of these videos that I'm saying. Just like I suspected, she had so many clients to give me, and she continues to give me, and it's been wonderful. And again, that's not everybody's experience, but I will say this. If you are working out of your home or renting like a room that's not inside of a salon or inside of a nail salon or whatever, and you feel like you're kind of hitting a dead end, one great trick is to rent from a salon, like an already established salon, if they have rooms available. And it doesn't have to have a sink, as long as it's within the contract agreement that you can use the sink outside of your room and the laundry, you know, washer and dryer outside of your room, like stuff like that. Your room itself doesn't have to have anything other than like, it literally doesn't have to have anything. Mine doesn't have sink, mine doesn't have anything like that. Yeah, I would say go somewhere with foot traffic. That's what I did, and that was like the only way I was able to grow my business. Like that was just the natural next step for me. So after a month and a half of working at home, I made that transition. I've been there now. I literally signed on Cinco de Mayo. So I've been there for what, is that 4 months now? That's kind of crazy. I thought it'd be longer. I don't know. So that's kind of why I have been much MIA from this channel. Because it's just, it takes so much of your time. It takes so much of your time, and it takes so much of your energy. That beginning part, in my opinion, is a lot. That beginning that first half of the year of your business is like absolute chaos. It's you figuring out everything as you go. Like, no matter how much you prepare, in my opinion, you'll never ever be prepared enough. Like, it just is impossible, because there's so much you have to do along the way that you didn't even understand that you had to do prior to starting your business. So there's really no way to be fully prepared for something like this, like an endeavor like this. But it's enjoyable, and it's rewarding, and it's hard, it's challenging, but in a good way and a bad way. It's just all the feelings, honestly. It's all the emotions, it's all the feelings in one. But still, when I think about it, I wouldn't have it any other way. I still would never work for anybody. I wouldn't want to be an employee anywhere. Like, I would take the challenges of being a business owner over that any day. Absolutely. Like, a million times over. A couple of other revenues and streams of income that I'm like starting to incorporate into my business. I started at Caring Retail. It's from SkinScript. They are a wonderful brand to start off with if you're a new esthetician, because their stuff is just so much more affordable, and their stuff works. Like, I've been seeing some amazing results from their stuff, and my clients have been seeing some amazing results as well. So if you're a starter esthetician and you don't have like a couple of grand to blow on retail, like plus back bar, you know, it all adds up very quickly. SkinScript is like an amazing brand to go with. So that's what I do, that's what I carry. So retail is another stream of income for me now, which is amazing. It's literally making money by not really doing anything at all. It takes little to no time to sell something to your client, and 9 times out of 10 they're open to that, because why else are they coming to you? They're literally coming to you because what they're doing like is not working out for them, right? In my opinion, if you don't have retail and you're not trying to sell retail, you're kind of doing your clients a disservice, because it's like they just get to go home again and same old, right? So, and I also, this is a newer endeavor, and I'll make so many videos on this, but I bought the Cricut machine and like everything for it, and I am starting to make my own clothing, like my own t-shirts. Come winter, there's gonna be sweatshirts, tote bags, and I think I'm starting with just those three. Oh, and stickers. Again, I'm not trying to be such a niche thing. Like my Etsy account is gonna have a little bit of everything, so I will link that below when that's up and running. In my later videos, I'll link that below, and I'll make a whole video on Etsy and stuff for you guys. But that is a newer project that I'm very excited about. That's gonna be super fun for me. But yeah, so those are a couple things that are coming up that, you know, I can make videos on, and I will make videos on. But I just want to say thank you so much for the people that reached out to me on Instagram. You guys are so sweet. Like, if anything, you guys truly inspired me to come back and make more videos, because I realized that you know, these videos are actually helping people, and that was like so nice for a small YouTuber like me who'd never expected to, I don't know, it was just like such an amazing moment. I was like, I was like showing my husband, like, oh my gosh, can you believe it? People actually found me on Instagram and, you know, went out of their way to message me. Like, to me, that was so sweet. So thank you for that. I really appreciate you guys. And stay tuned for a lot more, you know, solo esthetician things. My next video is probably going to be what's in my back bar and whether or not I would recommend it. I started off everything pretty cheap, so if you are also on like a little bit of a tight budget, I'll tell you kind of like what you need, like a starter back bar for sure. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.